Alright gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire challenge on Ohio Richlands. Today is the day where we are going to see a absolute insane amount of profit. We have the rest of this field to harvest, as we began to do at the end of the last episode. We have this field ready to harvest, this field ready to harvest, this field which we kind of connected. So these two fields together also all ready to harvest today. That is a lot of harvesting. A lot of harvesting. We probably won't get all of it done today. Fair warning. We'll attempt to do as much as we can, but we probably won't get all of it done. We also have all this straw to pick up off the ground, turn into silage bales. There's a lot of money here to be made. And we also have our tree field that we bought in the last episode, which still has a good amount of trees on it. I think we've probably only got about 1/3 of the way through there, maybe, somewhere around there. So there's still a lot of money to be made on that as well. So, lots and lots to do today. We're not going to get it all done. Let's just go with that. We're not going to get it all done. But regardless, we're going to make a ton of money. Now, we have a bunch of stuff already in our silos ready to sell as well. The best time to sell this stuff is in November and December, for the most part, with the exception of sorghum. I guess sorghum's January, but 3,678 is the best average price. The sell everything container right now is at 3,743. So that's a no-brainer for me. It may go higher. It could go higher, I guess I should say. But right now, it's higher than it is on average, and the AG Ohio is dropping. So, in my eyes, we're selling that. We're selling that today. So canola is going to be going out the door. Now we are harvesting oat. Oat is best in December, and it's not as good as it could be on the average, but it's still not bad. So we'll probably be selling this as well. Lots and lots and lots of money we'll be making today. One way or another. All that money is coming back to us. It's going to be a great, great day. Now, I did start off early, because this may end up being a longer episode than normal, just given the fact of how much we have to do today. Ideally, I would like to get this field harvested and get all of the actual straw picked up off the ground and turned into silage bales, and then moved and get this field re-drilled. Like, that would be my ideal situation, is to get that done. So we're going to do a lot of work, I think, in this field. We'll have the worker doing a lot of work in one of the other fields that's ready to harvest, whichever one we decide to do. Which, once we turn around here, we'll take a look at that and we'll figure it out. I don't really recall what I have in all those fields, mostly because my memory is not the best, unfortunately. And it's been a while since I've done an episode. So the last two episodes of Ohio Richlands that you saw, I did back-to-back. So it's been about, well, it's been about a week and a half since I've done a video. And we got a lot of things going on the channel, right? We got a lot of different episodes and series is happening currently, so it's easy for me to forget what is in each one of our fields. Normally, beforehand, I would, typically just take a peek at everything to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but I did not do that on this episode. I just jumped straight in since I knew we had to do this, and just decided I would figure it out on the way as we move along. Now, it's a bit of an awkward field, this. It's got a lot of turns and stuff, so the worker will probably have a lot of issues here. But we'll see how the worker does. One of you I know mentioned in the comments that it's time for me to upgrade my trailer, and I agree with you. It is time to upgrade the trailer. We got to sell all this stuff first, though, so we can see really where we're at as far as our money goes. So I'm just going to go straight here. I'm going to kind of create our own sectioned off areas here, because this worker is going to be doing this here very, very soon as we're having to cart stuff back and forth. Now, fields. So this is canola. This is barley. And this is wheat. So there you go. Canola is the best right now, so we should do the canola field. That's how I see it. Right? So we're going to do the canola field, which means we're doing this field right here. This one will be ready to one to harvest. The grass also might be ready to harvest, but we can do the grass at any time. I'm not really concerned about the grass right now. Next episode or two, probably the next 2 episodes at a minimum. Very heavy on the harvesting. We just want to get as much money as we can because this is going to be the first time, I think, in the whole series so far that we're actually going to be able to actually keep some of that money and start building towards that $1 billion, because we really have not done any of that to this point. Now, I also could buy more land. There's always that option, and that's probably a good option, honestly, for us. The more land we have, the more money we're going to make, right? Like if we bought this land, right? Well, that's the one. That is our land we own. Don't mind. Never mind. Ignore that. Talk about that one over there. If we bought that land right there, that would be good. That would be really good for us. Stuff that's still close to our home-based operations right now is ideal. Eventually, we'll have to get land that's really far away. But if we can continue to buy stuff that's close to us, I think that's a good thing. So the worker always turns off the light for whatever reason. So I'm going to come up here, we're going to unload into this trailer, and then we'll take it back, we'll drop this off the silo, because we know the oat is not really the best right now. We'll wait 1 more month on the oat. But the canola, that's going today, for sure. Especially at that price, as long as it stays that way. Put the lights on. I don't know if it really makes that big of a difference. I mean, it's not that bright. I probably should have started at 9, but since we had so much to do, I said, let's get out here early and get some stuff done. So many of you know, I've talked about it before, I'm sure I've talked about it on this series, that in the backyard I have a crop field. It's a smaller crop field. Eventually it's going to probably be turned into housing. But for now, it's a crop field. And last night, around 11-ish, 11:30, 12 o'clock, kept hearing some backing up, some beeping like you would hear in this game, right? So the worker was out there doing something. I'm not sure if he was cultivating or if he was actually drilling. I really don't know. But he was out there doing something super late at night, so poor guy was working real late. I'm sure the guy that owns that small field owns all the other fields that are around here. I've mentioned that, you know, you drive 5-10 minutes from where I'm at now, and there's a decent amount of crop fields. So I'm sure he owns all of it, and he kind of probably, you know, does things for a really long day altogether, and does some of the fields that are a little bit closer to more rural, some houses and things like that later on, so then there's not as much traffic to deal with and all that stuff, right? I'm sure that's what he does. That's how he plans it, but be nice to have a second harvester at this point. But I think we're a little ways off of getting to that point. We're going to need one soon enough because we're getting a lot of fields now, and these are big fields we're getting. Big fields. So it takes us a while to do all this. So let's drop this in here, then we're going to grab the canola. We're going to go sell that immediately right now. It's going to be 2 trips of canola. But man, that's going to be... We're going to make a lot of money off of this. We're going to make a lot of money. Having this sell everything container right here is very convenient as well. Really, really good. Keeping the beacons on for now since we've got so much else we're doing right now. Just going to keep them on because we're going to be driving a lot back and forth into the road here. Let's see what 20,000 liters gets us. $74,990. That's pretty damn good, gang. That's pretty damn good. So we don't have a full 20,000 in here, but it should be another probably 60,000, I would think. It's fantastic, man. 63,832. We're up to $210,000. Now, one thing I also did not do, which we will do once we get back here, is check the sale market and see if there's anything out there. Hopefully, there's something good out there for us. Always check the sale markets. You never know what you might find out there. Sometimes you can find some good gems out there. Not really. No. This would be nice. This right here, this forest harvester header. It looks like we could utilize it for multiple things. We could utilize it for our normal stuff too, which is interesting. 7.5 meter width. How much is our current one? I think it's bigger than that, isn't it? Yeah, 8.5. So not really even worth buying unless we were to get another harvester today. I guess that's an option. Did I just go too far? I did go too far. Whoops. Spin-a-rooney. Watch out, Byron, coming through. Yeah, but hopefully, again, hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm doing pretty well today. At the time of this recording, it is race day. You guys, some of you know, I'm a racing fan. More specifically, the Formula 1 and Indy 500 stuff. It is Indy 500 days today. Normally, I go to the Indy 500. I did not do so today. Just to save a little bit of money this year, and at least at the time of this recording, it appears it is going to rain for pretty much the entire day. So they probably won't even actually do the race today, and I couldn't go to it tomorrow anyway. Well, tomorrow the time of the recording, which will be actual Memorial Day on Monday. Which happy Memorial to all of you, if you're in America. But, yeah, I just don't suspect that it will even happen because the race is supposed to start, I think, at 12:45. The rain was supposed to get to Indianapolis around noon. So I just don't see any way that it starts. And it's supposed to go to like 11 o'clock. So in my eyes, it's going to be a complete cancellation of the race until, or at least a postpone of the race until the next day. I guess you never know, but I just don't suspect that they will race. The Formula 1 race was filled with a little bit of craziness at the beginning. There was a wreck before the first lap even finished, and it was all just a matter of trying to save tires, and there really wasn't a whole lot of excitement that happened, unfortunately. Top 6 people ended up in the top 6 where they placed for pole position. There's no changes to those top 6. So relatively less than ideal outcome there. I think you'd like to see some more changing. But again, it is Monaco, right? Monaco is very hard to pass anybody in no matter what you do. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw a worker on this. I'm going to go grab, we can use this case. Grab the case, get the baler going. So we might as well help speed up the time a little bit for us here. Okay, can you actually back into the actual connection properly there, Z? Thank you. What a dummy. There's still some grass in there. All right, we're pulling up here. Mind your way there, sir. Coming through. We're going to get Baling here. There should be a good amount of bales off of this field. I really don't even know what to expect because we've never done this field prior. I always try to guess. Sometimes I don't actually guess it on camera with you, but I always try to guess. I'm going to say... I don't know. I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong when I guess. 32 bales. I'm going with 32 bales. That's probably way too much, but I'm going with 32 bales. But let's get this done, gang. We'll put a time-lapse in here. It's going to be probably a decent-sized time-lapse, but I'll do what I can to do some jump cut edits as well when I go back and edit stuff. Because this could be a very, very long episode. I said at the beginning, and I'm going to say it again. It could be a really long episode. It really just depends on where I'm at and when I start thinking about how long the video has been to cut it off. Alright, so we kind of ended that time-lapse short. I said it was going to be a long one. I got to thinking. I said, wait a minute. We tried utilizing this same front windrower on our 200 horsepower challenge, and it worked great. It just didn't really work exactly for that specific series, because that series has a limitation, right? We don't have any kind of limitation on this series. So I started to think for a second, wait a minute, we could speed this up. And this is exactly how we're going to do that. Now, I didn't buy the max one. The max one, we really don't even have a tractor that could do it, evidently. So there was no reason for me to buy the max one. But we can always upgrade this if we get to a point where our tractor has the max power required. But now, we can do 2 strips at the same time. And we will be putting out bales at a much faster rate. Now, it's going to be a matter of me actually being able to pick everything up properly, which... clearly, I'm not doing the best at, but I'll get there. Once I get a little more practice with it, I'll get there. So we spent some money on this. It wasn't cheap, but I do think it's going to speed things up for us. I think it'll make it faster for us, especially since all the baling here we're going to be doing. We're not going to have a worker do it. Now, I think if I put a worker on this, I think the worker actually could do this. But I don't think the worker would stop and wait for the bale to drop out, so there'd be missed spots all over the place. We'd have to come back and touch up. So I think the answer is for us just to go ahead and do this ourselves, right? It'll speed everything up for us. And I'm all about speeding things up, especially with the size of the fields we are currently dealing with now. Just seems like a no-brainer to me. There will be things that have to touch up, clearly. You can see it already, but it should make it a faster process for us in the long run. Especially once we're able to really expand this thing out. That's really going to be crazy. At least I hope that's how it's going to work. I mean, it seems to be doing a little bit better, but I am missing stuff, so... I don't know how, though. Like, you figure it'd be putting it in one little, row that this baler could pick it up, but I mean, look how much faster we're getting through this, though. We're dropping out bales all the time now. Multiple bales in a single strip. The worker's full, so let's go ahead and get this flipped around. I switched tractors as well, because this one has a front weight on the front. Doesn't have a attachment, 3-point attachment on the front, so I couldn't utilize that with this tractor, so we had to switch those really quick. But we'll get back into this, gang. He's nearly done with this field, and we can move him on to doing the sorghum field, which is literally right across the street, so... Alright, that was a long time lapse gang, but we wanted to get a lot of that stuff done, and I did not even finish that field. We will come back and finish it, but I wanted to get this one going because the canola price is dropping, which for whatever reason, even though it's supposed to be the average highest is in December, it is dropping now, and it's already higher than what the average is. So I want to get this field done, try to get as much money as we can out of it while we're going to be able to sell it. So we flipped over to this to just to do that, to accomplish that, I guess. We're going to change it up, too. I'm going to actually have him go the other way, the more traditional... Well, I don't know if it's really the more traditional way, but my eyes, it's the more traditional way. I think he's got enough of a barrier now that it shouldn't be an issue with trees and bales on this side. He may still have issues on the other side with trees, but we can sort that out when the time comes. So we won't do another time-lapse here. We'll just do some jump cut edits here. Get a lot of this done. See what kind of extra money we get. We did spend money, like I said, and I think before I started the time-lapse, I'm pretty sure I called this sorghum. I meant canola. I promise you I meant canola, so don't yell at me too much in the comments. And for whatever reason, I was in there looking at the menu. For whatever reason, everything keeps turning off whenever I go away from it, but I don't have automatic engine start on and off. I don't know. Weird. But anyway, yeah, it's... all the engines keep turning off on me for some reason, so I don't know. This is working relatively well. The corners aren't very good, and it's actually missing a little bit, I think. Well, not I think, yeah, it is. It's missing a little bit sometimes with the trigger for the bales, but, I mean, it's still saving us a lot of time, and, you know, once I come over here with the trailer, because we're going to have to, because we have so many bales, we can go back around and touch it up again, and it should easily take care of it at that point. But this should save us probably at least, I don't know, I mean, 33% effort and time that's required doing this. It should definitely speed up, save us time. Now, having this front windrower, what it does mean is we can sell the other windrower that we have. I don't think it's worth a whole lot of money, but it is some money that we will get back. Probably about $10,000 to $15,000, I think, that will come back to us, so that's good. And this one we can upgrade, like I said, once we get a tractor that has more horsepower and make it wider. And if it's even wider, it's going to take us even less time to do all these bales. I think the time is really going to be more of how much time it takes for it to actually unload the bale to go into the wrapper, right? Alright, the section of the touch-ups here, this field is pretty much done. Well, I mean, we still have to harvest that portion, but from what has been harvested, it's pretty much done. This is nearly full, so we need to go ahead and get this unloaded, and we can go sell it. Because this should get us to a full trailer load here. Now, a lot of what we might end up doing here, because this episode's getting long already, we may do a lot of, like I just did a jump cut kind of thing. Ooh, I still have the turn signal on. We may do some jump cut here of actually, you know, drilling that field over there. Once we pick up all the bales, obviously. Or this field, whichever one we decide to do. I guess we could do this field. This field will probably be easier to do because it doesn't have any bales on it. We could utilize, you know, picking up the bales off camera, because you've seen that plenty of times. We've done a lot of bale stuff lately, so try to change it up when I can. I know I've mentioned that a lot, but it's the truth. I don't really want to do the same thing over and over again if I can help it. Having said that, we just did a bunch of baling, but alright, well, didn't fill it all the way up. I thought it was going to fill it all the way up, but it did not. There's a little sliver there that was missed. I got to remember that to go back and touch that up when the worker's done. So let's go sell this. 18,663 liters. Should be again around the 65-ish range, I would think. Although it is dropping a little bit, the price. $70,684. Very, very nice. So I'm going to take this back over here. We'll jump into the store there, and we'll go over and start picking up some of those bales off the ground. Get those out of the way. And we'll probably eventually take over for this worker and finish the harvest up here. And I don't think we're going to harvest this field or that field in the back today. I think we'll save that for the next episode, but we will harvest a little bit of this field. I would like to finish putting our track in. We started it, but we never really finished the track because we were waiting on this field to be ready to harvest. So I would like to do a little bit of that. So we probably we'll do that portion kind of to close out the episode when we get to there. But we've got a ways to go before that happens. But just kind of talking through my thoughts with you. I'm going to stick this up here for now. We'll just leave it here. Should be fine. And every time, I don't understand why this turns off. I don't know if it's the map thing or what it is, but it keeps turning off. It's very weird. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Alright, we nearly have a full load here. There's still plenty more on the ground. We already have 24 on here. I don't even remember what did I say 34? Is that what I said? I think I said 34. We've got way more than 34 because we still haven't even finished the field harvest yet. So, I was way off. Go figure. I missed that one completely, evidently. With the Yui here, this is a full load. We'll have to go drop these off, come back and get more. I believe it did say that the worker finished their task, which I do not think they did. Actually, I can tell that they did not just by looking at it from here. There's a big section missed. So let me get the rest of these bales over here, and then we'll take over, finishing that little strip up there. And then we can send the worker doing the rest of the harvest on that field. And we'll see what kind of money we end up from all the sorghum. Hopefully, a good amount. Hopefully we'll be nearing 300,000. Hopefully. Alright, the bales are done there. Let's go ahead and get into our harvester here. Let's get the rest of this field harvested. And then we can send him finishing up that field over there. And I think I have made my decision. I was going back and forth a little bit. We are going to drill this field. We will leave that field to be drilled in the next episode. But we'll drill this field. Actually, before I forget... I said I wasn't going to forget it, and I started to forget it already. Let's get that little tiny section up there. It's probably really not going to be a whole lot. It might be another 10 liters, but it's 10 liters we didn't have. 5443. How many liters is it? Not even 10. Okay. I'm not sure it was really worth to go up there and get that 4 liters, if I'm honest with you, but... Okay. Anyway. This is 2 passes, maybe 3. It does get a little bit wider there once we get to the end. So, as far as the money here goes, ideally I would like to... I mean, I really want a bigger header for this harvester. right? We've got some pretty big fields now. It takes a while to do it with this size header. Not that there's anything wrong with this header. And I was talking about saving money and everything, but I think we really should be trying to upgrade some of our equipment. We will be selling that other windrower that we have, that we only utilized like one time. It's been sitting in the garage. We can get a little bit of money back, but I don't know how much the header is going to cost. We'll sell this one, get a new one, obviously. This one, I think we saw it was 8.5. Ideally, I want like 12. Like, that would be nice. That would be a pretty good increase. I don't think 10 would really even make it worth doing. I don't really think that would speed it up that much. Maybe it would, but I can't see that it would. Now, I don't know, as far as this harvester goes, if it can even do a header that's 12 meters in width. I don't know if it'll be able to manage it, right? I've had some of those issues in the 200 horsepower challenge. Now, granted, the 200 horsepower challenge is, a harvester of 200 horsepower, but I guess we can look. We have 374 horsepower, so I feel like it could easily do it. But it only gives us these options. 8.5 is what it is. So, I guess I'll have to do a little research on that. Like, if we could get... Where's it at? Like this one? 70,000? I feel like that would be really, really helpful. 8.5 to... and going up to 12? I mean... You got to think that would be much better for us, right? You've got to. So I think I'm going to try it. And we end up losing a little bit of money. I didn't test this at all. You all know that normally I try to test things before I buy stuff, especially if it's something I've never utilized before and I'm not positive it's going to work. I'm trying to combine things together that technically it says it's not a combination for. But I feel like it could do it. The only problem I think we might end up having is the pipe here, right? I think this might be the situation that we had been dealing with for quite a while on our Baling playthrough, the campaign playthrough that we've been doing, where the pipe isn't far enough out, so I couldn't unload on the fly. I'd have to wait till it's full and then unload it that way, which isn't really the end of the world, but it's not really ideal either, right? Okay, so this is done. Let's unload this. We'll go sell this canola. I'll get the worker going on that harvester over there. I'm going to do a little research as far as pricing goes for that header. See if I can expand this pipe at all. Probably can't, but we can look at it at least. And go from there. Alright, canola sold there. 31,000 more, so we nearly got there. We didn't quite, but we nearly got there. So we'll take it. I really want to try this. Really do. 13.7 would be even better. That's a wide header, though. I'm really concerned that it won't be able to do it. 12 meters versus 13.7. What's the difference? The only nice thing here is I can pull this with the tractor, right? So I could take the windrower up there and sell it and bring it back. But I'm very concerned that it wouldn't be able to do it. Just double checking everything else to make sure there's nothing else out there. I'm going to try it. It may be a fail, but I'm going to try it. Oh, we might as well just try this one, right? Man, that's such a wide. It needs 700 horsepower is what it says. What's this one say it need? 700 horsepower too. I guess I shouldn't. I guess that's all you really need to see to know that that's not going to work, right? Maybe it's something I can test off camera on a separate map. I can just buy the same exact harvester and then the header and see how it does. And then maybe in the next episode we could upgrade to that. But based off of that, saying it needs 700 horsepower, we don't have anywhere near that. I don't think it's going to work. So let's get this back over here. I will probably drop the trailer off, take this back, go grab the drill, and get go around the headland here of the field and get it drilled in. At least get the worker starting to drill it, I should say. That way we can knock something else out at the same time. I'm going to set this over here, because when that harvesting's done, I can just drive the harvester over here and unload it into this, and I can come pick this up later on, since we're not going to actually sell it today. It doesn't really need to be manned. So let me go get the drill. Let's get this field underway. I don't know what I'm going to put in there yet. Probably soybeans. Actually, I am going to put soybeans in, because it is November. So I'll put soybeans in. Alright, evidently the worker completed the harvest. I don't know for sure if he actually did or not. He might have missed some. I'll have to touch up, but we're underway, doing our headland pass here, drilling, putting the soybeans in here. I may end up doing 2 headland passes on this one, just to make sure that the worker has plenty of space and is not getting caught up with the trees and all that other stuff, but this one, we probably should spray it in the same episode, but we may not. I don't know. We've got a lot to do in this episode and the next episode, though, so good thing is we don't have seasons on, right? So we can take our time here with this, although, really, the harvest, at least, we don't really want to be taking our time, if we can help it. The drilling, it can technically wait, but the harvesting really has to be done, because it's the best time to sell pretty much everything right now. This month, next month, January, those months specifically. Alright, I got the worker going. They're going to do their own thing here, as they always do, and that's fine. We can touch it up later. So let's go see how this worker did, if he actually did do it all. He did. That's actually surprising. So let's go unload this, and then we can go put this away. Well, we're actually not going to put it away. We're going to take that one little strip out I said we were going to do. But otherwise, we'll put it away. Alright, that's done. We can go take that last strip out and put this away. Alright, here we are back. Let's get this strip taken out. That way we can expand our little pathway back to our other fields. Which ideally, in the future... Quick save again. In the future, ideally, we grab these fields back here as well. They're really kind of connected together. So if we can get these fields that way, and maybe even this, I don't know if I can get that wood field. I can't. I was going to say, that way we could at least, you know, just drive back here and utilize this whole section back here to make our own little section. Because remember, we put an actual shed back here for a reason. We have yet to do anything with the shed, but it's back there for a reason. I'm actually going to go across the headland here as well, because remember we talked about fixing this up as well, right? We've got that mess of a grass line there that we need to really clean up, so let's go across that as well. So that way we can fix that too. Alright, perfect. Once we get the straw up off the ground here, this will allow us to fix this area up as well with the plow. And straighten that awful line up a little bit. I'm actually just going to leave this in the harvester itself. It'll be fine in there. It will not harm it. Can't fold the tool, which obviously it just told me there, but I'll have this under cover, so it should be perfectly fine for 1 day. Well, 1 month. Should not cause any issues at all. And once we get the trailer back here, I can just unload it anyway, so it's not a big deal. I can do that all off camera. So we just got to finish doing the baling over in that field, and then if we need any extra, we've got those little leftover scraps that were not picked up by the baler, so we can touch it up there to make sure we get a full bale if we need be. And yeah, and we got to finish doing the drilling of that field. But a lot of that drilling in that field, I think, will probably be done off camera. Actually, it looks like I'm not going to be able to put that in there. I thought I had enough room to put that in there, but evidently I'm not going to. So we'll put the pipe out. When we get the trailer back here, we can unload it. But a lot of this field, right, we can do a lot of this off camera. We can have a worker do most of it for us. So let's get this one going here. Unfold this. Perfect. This will only be a couple passes and we'll be done with this. And we'll see how many bales we got. You know what? My guess has been blown away. We know that, so. Alright, this field's pretty much done. We will leave some of this out here just in case when we go pick up the field over there that we did the small little strips on. If we need a little extra to get to a bale, we can utilize some of this that's in here. We should get this bale right here with this stuff right here. We should, at least. Yep. So let's get this over to the other field there. Let's get those bales done. There is probably enough here actually to do another bale, so I probably should come back here and do this. I probably will. There's definitely gonna. Well, it'll be close. It'd be close, but we'll probably come back and see if we can get one out of it. Because why not? Well, we're at least gonna get one bale out of this, so we gotta make sure we track that, right? That whatever the total number is we get once we're done here, it's going to be minus at least one, probably two. I don't think these wheels will harm the crop. I could be wrong. We're going to find out here real soon. No, they're fine. It does not harm the crop. Good, 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 good. That is what I wanted to see. I didn't think they would. Thought they were small enough that it wouldn't harm it, but you never know. Probably going to get another bale out of this, honestly. Honestly, I don't even probably need to be utilizing this, actually, because it's one row, but we're doing it anyway. Allows me to drop the bale in a safer spot, too, right? I can drop the bale off in the middle, which is easier for me to pick up than being potentially on the edge of the crop and running into it when I use the trailer to auto-load it. Yeah, we'll definitely get one more bale out of this at a minimum. Well, if we take this over there to the other side, because there's 41% here. Let me get back over there. Let's see if I can get another bale out of it, and then we'll go from there. Alright, there it is. That's done. Let's go ahead and take this over for the worker. We got to do a little touch-up here. Not sure what I'm going to put in that field. I might end up putting soybeans in that field as well. 2 soybean fields. And then that field and the field in the very far back, we may switch to something else in the next episode, potentially. Well, I guess we probably won't be drilling both of those in the next episode. We'll just be harvesting both of those and then drilling that field over there. That's more than likely what we'll do, and we'll save the re-drilling of this field and that field way in the back for the following episode. Because we've got a few things we need to do in that back field back there. Now that we have the tree devour, we can get rid of those other trees there in the middle and completely make it a full field. Whereas right now there's a little bit of an island in the middle. Of course, I missed a little section down there. Of course I did. Why wouldn't I? But once we're done with this drilling here, gang, I'm going to get a worker going on fertilizing this field and then rolling this field. Most of that, I think we're just going to do off camera. I want to try to change it up, as I've mentioned before, and we're going to have a lot of drilling and harvesting in the next couple of episodes. So that's pretty much all it's going to be. So I don't think I need to show it every single time, all of it all the way through. Try to keep it fresh and interesting as much as I can. Alright, that field's done. Go ahead and fold this up. I should have went over there on the actual entryway there instead of just going through the drainage area, but oh well. So we'll put this away, and then we're going to take a look and see how many bales we got. I already have a bunch of them stacked up over there, the first full load. Between now and the next episode, I will sell our other windrower right there, and I'll let you know what kind of money we got out of it. Alright, these are the last 5 there. Well, I guess it's 7.5 really that we got, because 2.5 are actually, 2 of them are from the field over there, and then 1/2 from that field we brought over to here, right? So whatever the total amount is, we minus it by 2.5, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Alright, how many did we get? Quick save. I think this one actually has the ability to tell me. If I go into this, 47 bales. That's a lot of bales, gang. That's a lot of bales. 47 bales. Alright, let's get these back to the farm here. The rest of this stuff I will all get cleaned up again. We're going to have to utilize some of it over here, and I'll do it all off camera of, you know, getting that field up to snuff, rolling it, spraying it, fertilizing it, all that good stuff. We could save the spraying till the next episode, but I think I'm not going to. I think I'm going to go ahead and do the spraying off camera, just because we have a lot to do in the next episode, and we're going to have to fertilize this a second time in the next episode anyway. So that's one less thing to do if we go ahead and do it off camera now. I would do it on camera, but the episode's getting pretty long already as it is. It's over an hour, I think. Well over an hour. Oops, sorry, gang, I hit the microphone there. If it's not, it's pretty damn close to well over to an hour. Well, I just picked up more bales. Whoops. Alright, we want to transport and then unload. Don't go too close to them. Unload there. Perfect. That will work. We'll leave that there. That's a lot of bales. That's going to make us a lot of money. Alright, so to end the episode out, as I said we would do, let's make our... well, let's finish our road here. Actually, I'm going to have to pick those bales up. I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? Well, let me move that real quick. That took a little effort, but we were able to push it out of the way there. Alright, we want... where is our gravel at? The gravel on this map is pretty good. I actually like the gravel a lot. Try to do the best I can here to keep it straight. I think that's pretty good. You did a pretty good job there. Now the next portion is going to be the more difficult part, I think. I don't remember what I used for this little barrier here. Was it... Oop, 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 oop. No, 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 no. Was it just this grass here, this dry grass? I think that's what I used, right? Looks like dry grass to me. I went a little too far. Dang. Well, I can touch that up when I work on touching this section up here. I can touch that up with the plow, right? Alright, there it is, gang. We now have a track that goes all the way back, and it's perfectly placed as well. I really, really like the way this has come out. Easy access to our field back here. These are what I was talking about, right? We'll get rid of these two trees of the tree devour and that little section on the ground, if I can get rid of it, those twigs on the ground. We can expand this, combine it all together, maybe even get rid of these if it lets me. I don't know, it says land not owned, so it probably won't let me, but we could try. And that way we have this. It's going to be a little... Might be able to get rid of this one too. A little awkward, certainly, but awkwardly shaped field, but I think it's better off just having that connected as one field rather than how it was before. So with that, gang, we'll leave the episode there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, or ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the description, down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you. Check the links to my other channels in the description. I'll have some new stuff popping up. Well, I say new stuff. I'll have the first videos popping up on the travel channel here relatively soon, which will be nice. Trying to somewhat change and get my other channel going a little bit. Kind of been putting it on the back burner because this one's been doing so well and it's had so much involvement. So that one I'm starting to here in the near future work on getting that built back up a little bit. Thank you so much to our channel members. I can't thank you all enough. You guys are awesome. And yeah, until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode.